degrees, sir.
Good. It's correct. Are you interested to reveal the answers for the next problems?
I got only 4 answers for 5 problems, sir. 6 problem I didn't get it.
Okay. Let us provide the second answer.
Yes, sir. And 29.86 degrees, sir.
What is the data for it?
Theta equal to 30 degrees, sir. N1 1.5. N2 1.36, sir.
Good. Theta C?
Theta C 29.86 degrees, sir.
Please check it once. Okay. Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Check it once.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
What about third one? Singular.
Problem N1 equal to 1.5, sir. N2 1.45, sir. And theta A 22.76 degrees, sir. Answer.
What about NA? The same question.
NA 0.387, sir.
Good. What is theta C?
Theta C is 71.16 degrees.
75, I think. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about next one?
And fifth one, NA is equal to 0.35, sir. Delta 0.01, sir. Just N1 equal to, I got 2.47, sir. N2 2.45, sir.
2.44?
Yes, sir. Approximately 2.45.
Good. 2.45. Another one is 2.47.
47.
Good. Next. What about the last one which you didn't get the answer?
Yes, sir.
Which one you did get the answer? Velocity, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So try to do this in this way. So velocity, you know, so find the N1 from velocity. Simple.
Okay,
so N1 is equal to what you get? C by V1.
Yes, sir.
So from that you got N1. So N1. Okay. N1.
Yes, sir.
So then you have theta sine 78 is there, theta C is there. Set for sine that is 78 or sine theta C is equal to, you get some 0.978.
Yes, sir.
So from this you can get theta C is equal to sine inverse N2 by N1, where here N2 you can get N2 from this particular answer.
Okay, sir.
Simple. Theta C is equal to sine inverse N2 by N1.
Yes, sir.
So you have sine 78 as 0.978 into N1 is, N2 is equal to sine theta C into N1. Like that we can get. From that, it is easy to find out NA.
Okay, sir.
N1 is 1.485 and N2 is 1.4525.
Yes, sir.
So from velocity of light and velocity of light in the medium, you can get N1.
Okay.
Right. So otherwise, I will try to do this for the students. Yes. Is it visible to you, Unesh, the board?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Now here?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So simply you have velocity. Velocity as 2.02 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. So N1 is equal to, you have C by V. From this you can calculate N1 1.48 say 5. So this is the answer, right? Please listen All the students, please see this. Very simple. After that, you have sine theta. Sine theta c is equal to n2 by n1. From this, n2 is equal to n1 into sine theta c. That's it. So here already you have sine theta c, where you already given sine theta c. That means theta c is 78 degrees. From that, you can calculate sine theta c. And n1 you get. Now the answer for this is 1.45. 1.4525. As theta c here is 78 already given, 78 degrees. So from this you can calculate. So I think 42 Pujita, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Fine. What is the value of NA here in this problem?
చేస్తున్నాను సార్.
నిన్నంత ఏం చేసావు తల్లి?
అంటే ఆ లాస్ట్ సమ్ ఒకటే రాలేదు సార్ నాకు. ఫస్ట్ 5 చేశాను సార్.
NA చేసేవి ఇప్పుడు చాలాసేపు అయింది కదా ఇచ్చి నేను N1 N2.
ఓకే సార్.
So 453, please respond. So those who are not responded, they are.
Hello, sir.
Fine. What is the answer for NA now?
1 minute, sir. చేస్తున్నా.
అందరూ 1 minute అయితే ఎట్లా? ఆల్రెడీ మనం నిన్న అనుకున్నాం కదా.
అవును సార్, వింటున్నాను సార్. మొత్తం స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
రైట్ కానీ 4A5. 4A5. Please respond. 4A5. మీరు నిన్న కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వలేదు.
4A5 ఇంకా జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు సార్.
ఈ అమ్మాయి నిన్న కూడా రాలేదమ్మా. నిన్న కూడా చెప్పలేదు, నాకు మాట్లాడలేదు.
ఓకే సార్.
చెప్పండి తనకి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎన్ఏ వచ్చిందా? ఇంకా రావలేదా? 2 ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్. How much time you take? Is mute cheyindama. మీరు ప్రాబ్లం చెప్పాలి ఇంకా ఎవరు లేరా చేసేవాళ్ళు NA value last problem
0.31 sir.
0.31 sir.
31.
0.089. Okay. Theta A, from this you can easily calculate theta A. Sin inverse simply NA.
54.09.
Good. So 50? No, wrong. Check it.
17.98, sir.
Good. That is the answer.
Okay.
So here, just now I am sharing my PPT in our class group. So it was converted into PDF and I am sending to you. Actually, the handouts notes also there in these slides. So I will share the slide PPT PowerPoint presentation later. So before that, you can just go through this PPT which was prepared just online. Whatever I am showing to you while explaining the class, I am sending to already. I posted in this. Okay, please go through it. So check it, please. Check it once and come back to me within a minute. So now, please check the screen. Is this visible to you? Please.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, so the first unit almost, that is the introduction unit, was almost completed. Now, this was given to you actually. I will share the original PPT. In this handouts also there. You can see the handout notes for each slide for better understanding. Okay. So after this GH effect, so I'm now dealing this types of favors. So it is very important that the total internal reflection is the principle behind the propagation of light in the optical fiber. Now, type of fibers. So which type of fiber is useful for us? So that is very, very important here. As we discussed that NA, numerical aperture, and delta, so which is the refractive index factor, differential factor, or relative refractive index factor. So this NA is very important here. So how this NA is, we are getting how this NA means. We have different approaches here. So one approach is sin inverse sin theta A, acceptance angle is equal to NA, or in other manner, root of n1 square minus n2 square is another one. So as we discussed in the previous class, the structure of optical fiber, there is a core, above that there is a cladding, so after that there is a shield. So here core is made up of plastic or fiber, cladding is made up of a Xeon materials, so maybe one sort of plastic. So it was coated around the cable, this one core cable. So it is simply like a coaxial cable. Now there is a inner fiber glass around that cladding. Around that we have a very protective layer. So you know, you can identify this core radius and core diameter. So you can use A as a core radius, and you can use B as cladding radius. This is up to the outer diameter. So core and cladding. Now here is you can see the here this part is N1. N1 means, so up to here you have the core cladding interface. Let us, I will take the board. So please see here. Now you can see here. So this is core, fine. So this is cladding. Now the refractive index profile, here I am discussing refractive index profile. That is, say maybe center point, so like this. So bottom line, from here to here, it's a core. It is called as refractive index profile. Now, this axis, which I am written here, this one as refractive index y-axis, say for example. So this vertical line is an axis. Now it is y-axis. So y-axis which represents refractive index n1. So refractive index n1. So enter this region from 0 to A. From 0 to A on this side, 0 to A. In x-axis, 0 to A, it is the refractive index profile. So profile means here if it is 1 point, so here I will write 1.47 something. So N1 refractive index. So its value is 1.47 up to this constant value. So up to this. After that, what about the cladding means cladding should be less than N1. So say suppose it is 1.4. So what happens here? Up to B layer, up to B point, that is the up to radius. Now this profile is N2. So like this we will show. So this is the refractiveness profile. You should understand this geometry. So when you see the graph, you should not confuse it. So N1, that is up to the core area, refractive index is N1. So that is represented in the refractive index profile. And after that, some up to some layer B, so it is refractive index up to B, refractive index N2. So this is N2. So N2. So core. So this is the some representation of cross-sectional view of fiber, its refractive index profile. Fine? Are you able to understand? Please, anybody? Shall I repeat? Bhunesh?
Sir, voice cut అవుతుంది
Voice cut అయిందా?
సార్. హలో సార్.
చూడు ఒకసారి ఇది. హలో, వాయిస్ వినపడుతోందా?
సార్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్ వాయిస్.
మరి నేను సో బాగానే ఉంది నా దగ్గర, చెక్ చేయి ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది మీరు is it expression is enough or shall I repeat again?
So once repeat sir.
So here the only thing is మనకి ఏమవుతుందంటే center one is core. Okay, the over it we have a cladding. This is a cross sectional view. So this core is refractive index N1, cladding is refractive index N2. Now this is represented, that is refractive index profile is represented with this figure. Fine. This figure means how it looks means the center line is y-axis. So y-axis right side up to A, that is up to this core point A, radius point A, we have the core. Similarly, this side also core. So this particular y-axis line N1 represents the magnitude. The magnitude is 1.47, say for example. So 1.47 is the magnitude of N1. So it is represented like this, straight line here, a flattened line. So that means entire core area having the refractive index N1. That is the refractive profile. What is its limits? Limits means, so up to this A value, say for example, if you see, say this is the value, maximum value A. Now it can be represented with a small r. So small r. What is small r here? What is small r here? So n of r. What is n of r? Refractive index for with the radius. So from here you are approaching towards A. So what happens? Entire region is constant with value n1. So that represented here with a refractive index profile here like this, here like this. Okay, so this is n r. R means radius. So from here to here up to A, R is, that is R approaching greater than or equal to A, refractive index is N1. Similarly, for cladding, R greater than, sorry, less than, this is less than A, less than, approaching. So it is core. and R greater than this one A and approaching to B, it is cladding. Okay, so this is called as refractance profile. So that graph, that figure which was shown in the on the particular screen share PPT, so that is called as refractance profile. So that is the explanation here. అంటే మనకి ఏమవుతుందనంటే ఇది చూసినప్పుడు ఏమిటైనా తెలియాలి కాబట్టి చెప్పాను. ఓకేనా? Shall I continue? ఏమ్మా ఎవరన్నా 485 485 shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So this is the refractive index profile explanation. Now with this refractive index profile explanation, you can see here, you can see this step index fiber. I was given that an optical fiber that consists of the cylindrical core of silica glass surrounded by cladding, whose refractive index is lower than that of the core, and an abrupt index change at the core cladding interface. Such fibers are called step index. So the abrupt, that is a very important point here, is abrupt index change. So that means up to radius A, the refractive index is N1 itself. After A, abruptly it changes to N2. That change is abrupt. That's why it is called a step index. That is the point. What happens in this? How it will work in the step index? A simple meridional ray explanation. So here there is a geometry I was given here. Now here from here, theta A for theta acceptance angle is it, that's everywhere is there. Everything is there. Theta A, NA, theta C, everything is same. So you have to use that keywords here. When theta A is acceptance angle, and now within the limits, theta I as an incident angle. Now it enter into the core. After that, it will reflected back into the core, and the propagation of light is happened. What happened when the angle of incidence is greater than theta C, then only critical angle of incidence is greater than C, then only it reflected back. Whereas at this point, if total internal reflection is not happened, therefore the light ray escape into the cladding portion. You have to remember that. We will discuss it later. So whatever the signal light ray total having undergone total internal reflection, so it will be helpful for the propagation of light inside the core. Whatever the light which refracted into the cladding remains as a noise, or some sort of another word I am introducing, attenuation. So we will discuss it later. So whatever the light which was reflected back is useful for us only. So this is the propagation of light in the step index fiber. Now we have very, very important dimensions here. Core diameter is around 50 to 80 micrometers. Please note down it. which was identified on the screen. Please note down for the running notes sake. So we'll discuss it later, why it was there. Today, by completing today's class, definitely we are able to find out some other mode of fiber and the comparison of it also. So note down this. So core diameter is around 50 to 80 meters and the cladding diameter, outside diameter is up to 125 micrometers. So here, as I explained here just now, you can see what is here NR. Just note down this. What is NR means? NR is N1, it is equal to N1, where R is less than A. So this is the core. Similarly, N1 here, sorry, it is N2. Sorry. So please change this. It is N2 here. Right. This is N2. Now, N2 where R greater than A, clad. So the same expression what we discussed regarding delta. So delta is N1 minus N2 by N1, as we already discussed and calculated. Similarly, delta is NA square by 2N1 square, and also NA is equal to N1 of 2 delta square root under root, and also NA is equal to root of N1 square minus N2 square. All are holds good here all. So this is step index fiber. So once you can check it, step index fiber, the core refractive index is constant. So it abruptly changes at core cladding interface. It abruptly changes at core cladding interface. So the type of fiber is called step index fiber, and the propagation mechanism is similar to the previous understandings. So fine, only the thing is we have to remember that the light ray which does not reflected back into the core will enter into the cladding. That leads to some distortions and other this one. So it is called as, so we'll discuss in other class. Okay. Next. So coming to the another type, which is a very, very important one, graded index fiber, graded index fiber. So you might have some thought of that. So if an entire core area is constant with refractive index N1, that's value will not change. That's it. Value will not change. So 1.447 means N1 means entire core area is 1.47 only. So that is the step index fiber. Now definitely we have a thought that if it changes, what happens? So that is the, if it is true, then we have a graded index fiber. So here in the graded index fiber, you can see at around the center and core in the core area, the refractive index is high. When it approaches to the cladding region, so that means up to A, when R approaches A, refractive index slowly decreases and finally it equals to the refractive index of cladding, N2. So that is the graded index fiber. So gradually the refractive index of the core is decreases and it equals to the refractive index of cladding. So it's a graded index fiber. So here I am given the refractive index profile of a graded index fiber. So just I will again draw here for your sake. Better explanation here. I will try to show this. So now you can see So you can see here the refractive index, it is maximum N1. It is maximum here N1 itself. N1. Here it is N2. From N1 to N2, it is variable like this. So this is the refractive index variation. From center to N2, it is gradually varies with a factor alpha. With a factor alpha. So here the profile is approached to limiter large alpha. Then you can use this as a parabolic index fiber corresponds to alpha is equal to 2. So I will show it. Now it is okay? Anybody? It's very important. We have to understand that there is no abrupt variation. So gradually it is varying. The center, maximum N1. After that, it was gradual decreases up to N2. So then N2 is again constant. Coming to the next slide. It is a better understanding here. NR. Here also I think it was copied here. N2 it is. So you can see. Here you can see NR is equal to N1 of 1 minus 2. You have to note down this R by A to the power alpha, where R is the radius vector, which was from center to A to the power alpha into delta. The delta is relative refractive index profile, relative refractiveness profile, and this NR equal to N1 of this expression up to R less than A. Whereas in the cladding region, that is R greater than A, N2 of 1 minus 2 delta whole to the power 1 by 2. So that is root of. So this is the limiting points for gradient index fiber. So I do one thing. See how there is a small animation which you can see on the screen. When the light ray enter into the core, it propagates sinusoidally. It's very important to hear. It propagates sinusoidally. How this was happened? So actually, I'm trying to give the explanation here. So it's very, very important. You have to give me the answer that what happens when the light ray reflects at the core cladding interface or some denser to rarer medium that we need here. Say for example, this is denser medium, so this is rarer medium. So if the light ray incidents here, denser to rarer, what is the angle of refraction? Whether it will move towards the normal or away the normal. That I require the answer. Please, anybody, you have to respond. Please respond.
Away from the normal, sir.
Away from the
Normal.
right. Now it refracts away from the normal. Away. So that is it bends. Now keep in the mind that at the center axial line point, the refractive index is denser. Just above that, because of the graded variation of refractive index, just above that axial line, the refractive index is less than the refractive index value at core. So at core, you have the refractive index, say profile, say n. So it may be say 1.5, for example. Just above it, definitely it is not 1.5. It is maybe at a 1.49. That is denser to rarer. So bend away the normal. So now here consider the second incident just above that. Just above that, consider the second incident here. Second case. Now for this, now this 1.49 as a denser medium, just above that it is 1.48 means rarer medium. Again it further bends. Before that, see actually the light propagates, that is it forwarded. Now in the next point, so again somewhere here, so again reflection takes place. Refraction takes place. So denser to rarer again. So again. And finally, at a point somewhere, it can undergo total interreflection as the angle of incidence is greater than theta c or equal to theta c. So at equal to theta c, what happens? Total interreflection happens and it reflected back. So now, it's always theta I, angle of incidence. As long as theta I is less than theta c, refraction happens. At every refraction, it bends away the normal, and like that, it reaches the core cladding interface. Exactly at core cladding interface, what happens? Whatever the angle of incidence, that angle of incidence is just equal to the critical angle, then it start reflecting back into the core again. Now, at the reflecting point, again you can apply this same mechanism here also. Now, if it incidents on this region, so what happens? Rarer medium to denser medium. Again, rarer to denser. So what happens? It refracts towards the normal. So like this, again it bend towards the normal. Again here towards the normal. Like this, it will moving a sinusoidal path. A sinusoidal path. So this is the beauty of graded index fiber. So because of that only, we are getting a sinusoidal path, and very important phenomenon, it can observe that a self-focusing happens in this graded index fiber. Self-focusing. Whatever the theta A here, all the light rays enter into the acceptance cone, they will finally merges at a single point. So it is called as a self-focusing, and this particular mechanism helps us in so many ways in the next, in the attenuation topics and all. So, isn't it, or shall I can repeat it again? Anybody, please respond. Praveen?
Sir.
Is it enough? సరిపోతుందా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చెప్పుకుందామా? అర్థమైందా? ఏమా గట్టి చెప్పు.
అర్థమైంది సార్.
ఓకేనా? జస్ట్ ఫైన్. సో Now it was clearly visible here. You had to note down this NEA value. So definitely in the previous slide we discussed the step index. NEA is, as we explained in the previous classes, NEA simply say square root of n1 square and minus n2 square. In that entire region, core region, NEA is constant. That's why we taken that. Now here NEA is different in the gradient fiber. So that we given here. NEA is equal to N1 of 2 deltas under square root of 1 minus R by A to the 1 upon 1 by 2. So that is again square root. So this is NEA for gradient fiber. So whereas for R greater than A, that is at cladding, NEA is N1 of 1 minus delta. So these are very, very important expressions. Okay. Please note down this. So coming to this, you can see, again it's a simple animation here. Look at this, R of Z, that is propagating along the propagating axis, that is axial line along Z. R naught, that is say at core center 0, at core center 0, cos of square root of 2 delta by A. A is the radius of that particular core. So plus 1 by root 2 delta by A, R naught, sine square root 2 delta by A again. So these are the limits, these are the coordinates for the propagating line RZ. So that's why the sinusoidal wave, it is some sort of the wave nature, and the wave nature can be located with the coordinates. Okay, or Z is equal to sine cos and sine. So here the pitch of the screw may be like pitch of, so here pitch means capital P. So in the helical path you have the word pitch of the screw, say pitch of the helical. So in the antennas and wave propagation, I think in the helical antenna, you can see for one complete revolution, it propagates along z-axis some distance. So that is called as pitch. So the pitch is here given by 2 pi by some root of 2 delta by A. It is simplified, and P is equal to pi A root of 2 by delta. So while it approaching, P is constant for the given gradient index fiber. That is very, very important here. Here P is equal to, what you have to learn or what you have to understand is P is equal to pi A square root 2 by delta. Here delta is, relative refractive index, that is N1, N2. So N1 is once manufactured is constant, N2 is constant, A is constant, so pitch is constant. That's why whatever the light ray enter into the core with whatever the angle of incidence within the limits of cone, that is very important, within the limits of acceptance cone. Now those light rays, here onwards we can call it a signal also, okay, finally. So these light rays underground this particular sinusoidal path and they focus at a single point. So it is called self-focusing because P is constant. Why P is constant means delta is constant, A is constant for a manufactured gradient index fiber. That's it. It's okay. Fine. Next, at a glance, so there is a table for step index and gradient index. Please note down on your books. It is very, very important. Why means I am introducing some of the parameters here. So with these parameters in the next upcoming classes, we will discuss the entire this one. So here we have data rate, step index slow and grade index high, coupling efficiency. So it takes under nearly 1 to 2 hours. Topic: what is coupling, how this coupling happened. So in the light sources and detectors, it plays very crucial role, coupling. So coupling efficiency. Now the ray path. Just now we discussed the total internal reflection in the sinusoidal path in the step index and sinusoidal in the grade index. And index variation, just as a numericals, please check it. And bandwidth efficiency. It is also very, very important. We have to discuss more on this bandwidth. Then material used. Material used is manufacturing. We have some small topic also in the next unit, I think. So we'll discuss the materials and manufacturing techniques and all in one class. So it is very, very simple. So one of the thing is the plastic and the glass is used for the step index fibers, whereas in the grade index only glass. A very important point here is the plastic will not use in all other cases because there are some limitations, and this will be again we will discuss in the optical sources. Okay. So why you are not using plastic and why you stick on to the glass? So actually glass is more useful at the higher wavelengths. So that's why the wavelength concepts are, we will in the next class or after that we will discuss the wavelength concepts also, because some optical windows are there, optical windows. So for entire range of visual region or infrared region, the single wavelengths are not supported to propagate in the glass or in the plastic. Here, in the previous slide, we discussed that some of the light, if it escape into the cladding, what happens? Some of the light escape into the cladding, what happens? That is, that light is lost into the cladding. So no use. So similarly, when coming to the pulse spreading, is very important attenuation concept, attenuation and applications. So with this, today we will close our class session and we will discuss the next topic, that is the optical windows and all in the next class. Fine. So I think now today class is very important class actually, but number of participants are very, very less. Why? Rajashekar? 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 Rajashekar?
రాజశేఖర్ ఎవరు? రాజశేఖర్ ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్.
ఇప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోయింటాడు బయటికి.
కొంతమంది వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు సార్.
మరి అది మీరు మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఆబ్సెంట్ అయ్యింది నిన్న 485, నిన్న లేడు, రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వాల. 485 ఆబ్సెంట్ అయ్యింది. ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఈ రాజశేఖర్ని కూడా అడగండి, అతను మళ్ళీ వస్తే కనుక సరే సార్, లేకపోతే ఆబ్సెంట్ అయ్యేది ఎవరు కూడా ప్లీజ్. సరే అండి, ఇది టుడే గ్రేడ్ ఇండెక్స్ ఫైబర్ అండ్ స్టెప్ ఇండెక్స్ ఫైబర్స్ కంప్లీటెడ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. షల్ ఐ లీవ్?
ఓకే సార్. రాధా మేడం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
సార్
ఏమ్మా?
సార్ రాజశేఖర్ది కొంచెం